So season 3 Mandalorian comes out in the not too distant future. We got a 90-second trailer, so not a terribly long look, which I'm okay with. They don't actually need to show me anything. They can just tell me, excuse me, this is when the season of Mandalorian, the new season of Mandalorian is coming out.
And we're in.
And that's it.
Yep.
Got me.
Diving in.
I am in. What'd you see? What'd you like? What makes you go,
Okay. I like the fact that it looks like we're going to be going back to the home world of the Mandalorians.
Sure.
It looks like there's just going to be an all-out battle between Mandalorians. That looks like that could be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Boba Fett will step in. Not that I need him to, because honestly, watching the Book of Boba Fett,
filled your cup.
Something like that. Anyways, yeah, filled my cup up so I could drink it all and forget it. But anyways, anywho, so that would be really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that there's a lot of ambiguity. Ambiguity. That's the word that I wanted.
You got it. It's the word of 2023. Ambiguity.
So I like that because I don't know the full direction. What I don't like, sure. And I've iterated to this to you before. Why is the child here? Why is Grogu here? Besides you filling your pockets with more money, you bastards. Okay? Why do we have to bring him back? Because look, the whole point of the first 2 seasons was character progression for them both. Because they're like, You know what? This is something that I have to do. I have to be a Jedi. Okay? I don't need to be a... Mm-hmm. How is he supposed to be a Mandalorian when he's 2 inches tall? Okay? It is what it is. Anywho. So, to have that, and then for him to come back as a baby. And now the whole thing is like, he's got to protect him. But he has no business being there. You literally...
So what's the reason, what's the rationale that is satisfactory to have Grogu present?
Right,
because it was such a quality send-off at the end of season 2.
He goes away with Luke.
Right.
It's perfect.
It was.
It's perfect.
Yep.
And so, like, right, you take away all the entire character arc for both of them, where, you know, it's one guy who didn't want to be a dad, who kind of became a father figure, and this other guy who's like, oh, this is my path. This is my journey. This is great. Like, I love what he did for me, but this time is over.
Right.
Okay, and now you just have him, because now it feels redundant. It feels to the point where it's like, okay, the Mandalorian's got to protect him. And to be honest, if somebody along Moff Gideon's level, I can't remember, did Gideon die?
No.
No. Okay, so Gideon comes back, it's kind of just going to be like, this could have been avoided because he should be with Luke. Right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Gideon ain't going after Luke. Mm-hmm. Okay? He ain't going to go mess with Luke because Luke took out frickin' Vader. Okay? No one's touching Luke Skywalker. So I don't understand that. And that's where I'm at. And if you were going to bring him back, age him up. I am tired of a baby. Okay? I know how bad you want money. All right? But look at Groot. Groot was a baby for 1 movie. Okay? And that was enough. That was enough of baby Groot. Now he's a teenager, and now it looks like he's going to be a grown adult in the third one. Fantastic. I don't have to see that dumb little baby tree doping around anymore. It's done. It's over. Now he's grown. He likes playing video games, and he's jacked. Groot is jacked. Why can't you make Grogu jacked?
Also hit the weights.
Have you ever seen that episode of Family Guy where Stewie goes on steroids?
Oh my God.
Why can't you do that to Grogu? They have about the same. They have about the same head shape.
Same dimensions.
Right.
Similar dimensions.
I don't know. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I agree. It's a question that needs answering, and hard to know how they're going to answer it without robbing from season 2, because that was a glorious conclusion to your point, an outstanding character arc for both Mando and Grogu. So how do you explain, hey, here's why Grogu's a part of this without it cheapening what was such a rich and well-crafted and over the course of 2 seasons, 16 episodes altogether? That's no joke. So that's a serious time commitment and character commitment. So it'd be a shame to see it cheapened for something that isn't anything beyond, we're going to make more money if we put Baby Yoda in this, so let's do that. So there's a chance. There's also a chance that it's not very satisfactory. So time will tell, right? All we know, or at least all we think we know from the movies, from the sequels, is that Luke's Jedi apprentices do not stick with him.
Right.
So we know that's not a final destination, perhaps, for Grogu. But why he's paired back up with the Mandalorian, we'll see. We'll see. I'm open to it. But
at that point, it doesn't need to be either, right? Because as far as we know, Ben Solo hasn't been born yet in this timeline. He could have been, but as far as we know, he's not around, because I feel like if he would have been born, he would have already been with Luke. That's just that. No, I'm not 100% sure.
Right. Yeah, we don't know. He might be.
But also, they could have, it's so far down the line that it doesn't even matter. Like, you can have him, and then, honestly, what I would have been okay with is if they would have done a spin-off with Grogu, and then age him up, he's been with Luke for 10, 15 years, whatever it needs to be. He's like the...
Some tangible time has passed.
Right, so he's older, he's speaking words, because that's what we all want. Well, that's what I want. Okay, he's speaking words, and he's training these other Jedi, ideally, like he's helping.
Sure.
So he's like a mini Yoda, maybe, but in his own right, because he's still, he's a rebel, because he's, trained by a Mando, and then also Star Wars.
Maybe we'll get there. Maybe that's what we're actually going to get. I mean, think of it, here's a conspiracy theory for you, right? We've had very little in the way of footage actually shown, okay? So who's to say that what we've seen aren't either flashbacks or scenes between Mando and Grogu that you only see in the first couple episodes, and then we're not about to take a big leap ahead in time?
I hope so.
Possible.
I really hope so, because, or you could have saved him for Ahsoka, because that would have at least made some sense, because she's visited him before, she knows him, she's been with Luke.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. Here's what I'm looking forward to is Mandalorian has been the perfect balance of self-contained show that does not need other Star Wars primary characters to show up. It has developed its own well-rounded cast and crew. That's been outstanding. And yet they have been willing to sprinkle in your Boba Fett's, eventually the Luke Skywalker reveal, Ahsoka or Ahsoka?
Ahsoka.
Okay, Ahsoka.
You just pissed off
this
14
is me
Clone Wars fans.
Expressing my ignorance. Guys,
how could you say Ahsoka?
Here's the good news. I'm getting into the Clone Wars cartoon with my kids. So
you are?
I'm getting there. Yeah, that's been the big win of 2023 so far. It's, hey, we need a new cartoon to watch on Saturday mornings. Clone Wars.
It's solid.
We're getting into it. Ahsoka. That has been incredible, right? That has been what I really believe from an expectations perspective that most Star Wars fans want. We don't need callbacks. We don't need endless nostalgia that really doesn't quite pay off. We need new original characters where you start adding, it's more of a supplement, those callbacks. And that's not the primary source. We don't need more Skywalker saga. We need Mandalorian and those type of characters, those types of shows. We didn't need a Book of Boba Fett because that's the old character. That's the old saga. Give us the new stuff.
And there's still 2 episodes of Mandalorian in the 7-episode span of Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, by the way, if you haven't seen Boba Fett, make sure you watch that before Mandalorian Season 3 because very key things happen.
I will need to, actually. Yeah. Good
honestly, you could skip the first 4 and just watch the Mando episodes. And honestly, the last episode is kind of solid because Boba and Mando fight together, which is pretty sweet.
Which is great.
Like, you can definitely pass away, but you can definitely pass by like the backstory and the fact of Boba's Vespa riders. Like, you can pass that stuff up.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of reason to be optimistic. The question is, as the expectations continue to accelerate with the success of the show, can they meet those expectations?
Right.
That's a challenge. But what a great challenge, what a great problem to have. I would love to see them continue to lean into more of the Mandalorian lore, to see that expand. That's great. I'm really going in very open-minded. I think this is one of those unique pop culture properties that I have enjoyed, but I haven't latched onto in such a passionate way that I have an extensive amount of expectations. I've enjoyed being pleasantly surprised by something that I went into with no expectations and thoroughly enjoyed. So here's hoping season 3 can deliver on that.